Everyone loves to talk about the three-layer system: base layer, insulation, and shell. It's supposed to be the perfect formula for staying warm outside. But here's the truth. Most of the time, that system doesn't actually work in the real world. You end up overheating on the climb, freezing, and then wondering why your perfect layering system failed again. So here's what I've learned after years of testing gear and playing outside. The three-layer system isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. Because here's the real problem. It sounds fantastic on paper. You've got your base layer to wick sweat, your insulation to keep you warm, and your shell to block wind and snow and keep the elements out. But in reality, two of those three layers spend most of the day stuffed inside your backpack. When you're moving, whether it's hiking uphill, ski touring, skiing uphill, trail running, whatever, it is way too warm for both an insulating layer and a shell. So you end up in just a base layer. But then the second you stop, the chill sets in way too fast. Sure, you can throw on your shell to block the wind, but here's the truth that no one likes to admit: Gore-Tex isn't really breathable, no matter what their marketing materials tell you. This is a hill I will die on. No matter how many pit sips you open, you're still sweating underneath. And now your base layer is damp, which means once you stop, you're even colder. Do you see the problem here? So here's the fix. Welcome to Heather's four-layer system. I think I should go ahead and just trademark it now. So over the years, I've come to realize that I always throw in a fourth layer: a hybrid jacket. I can hear you now. What's a hybrid jacket? Let me tell you, my friends. Hybrid jackets are a mixture of everything you need, basically everything that is good in this world. They're usually lightly insulated on the front, where you actually need warmth, but breathable on the back and in the underarms. Oftentimes, they can even be a lightweight insulated vest too, especially if you don't think you need the extra layers on your arms. For me, a hybrid jacket has become my missing link between too cold and too sweaty. On most hikes and ski tours, I wear a base layer and a hybrid. That's it. My puffy and shell live in my pack until I stop or the weather changes. It's a small shift, but it completely changes how comfortable I am when I play outside. So let's talk real world: how I layer now. Here's how that looks in my real life. On the way up, I've got a base layer in my hybrid jacket or vest. At the top, I swap to a puffy, sometimes throw on a shell if it's windy or snowing. Yes, if it's nuking snow or really gusting wind, the shell goes on. But if it's just plain old cold, I'll often ski down in a gigantic puffy and call it good. When I'm winter hiking, it's a bit different since getting down takes a lot more time than skiing. I'll almost always pop on the shell then. I call this dynamic layering because it's always changing. Instead of following some rigid rule, I adjust to what my body's doing. It's flexible, it's comfortable, and it keeps me from turning into a sweaty mess halfway up the climb. Honestly, once you try it, I swear you'll never go back to leaving your hybrid jacket at home. Okay, let's do this fast takeaway style. The bottom line: the three-layer system isn't wrong. It's just missing the piece you wear, actually, for most of the time. The fourth layer, your hybrid, is the bridge between too hot and too cold. It gives you just enough insulation to take the edge off while moving, and it doesn't live in your backpack for the majority of the day. It breathes way better than a shell, so you stay dry instead of soaked in sweat, which we all know is a major no-no in the winter. And it means your puffy and shell stay packed away until you really need them, when you stop or when the weather changes. Once you start building your layering system around that fourth layer, everything else just clicks. You're warmer, drier, and way more comfortable without constantly overheating or freezing. So there's my quick hit piece for this week. The next time you pack for a cold weather hike or ski tour, think beyond the three-layer rule. Build around that fourth layer. Don't think of three layers as an unbreakable rule that you have to follow. It's the difference between managing your temperature and constantly fighting it. And if you want more ways to stay warm without overheating, check out my cold weather hiking mistakes video. It's right here. See you out there.